What is going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy, and this may be sort of kind of like a rant. Let me start it off this way. Somebody close to me and my fiance went to somebody else with this story that I'm about to reenact. Something, I wasn't there, but it was something to this effect. They told the person that they were going to talk to about how they had a family member who had gotten married and had children and then came out the closet that he was gay. Immediately after that, they then asked the person that they were talking to, so what do you think about such and such's relationship, the such and such as me and my fiance? Because every time I told somebody that they were getting married, they always said, oh, I always thought he was gay. Let me address this common misconception that I thought I was through having to hear about and having to deal with. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Literally, that's my fiance's dog. I'm closest. Y'all can hear that. Okay. Literally, since I was in 7th grade, I have had to deal with rumors that I was gay. And this is no lie. 7th grade. Ever since 7th grade, there was always someone telling me that I was gay, telling other people that I was gay, saying I was gay, saying I acted gay, all that kind of stuff. I've had to deal with that since 7th grade. And I gotta be honest, it is not something that has been easy to deal with. One of my biggest pet peeves is when someone tries to tell me something about myself, tries to inform me about me, or tries to educate me on me. Okay, so I can't stand when people try to tell me about myself and try to inform me about who I am. Like, I don't have any idea about who I am. And it pisses me off to think that even still to this day that people still think this about me. And I have my own views about the gay community, the homosexual community. I have all that, and that's not what this video is about. This video is about people being more concerned about what everybody else is doing, kind of, in a sense. I can't even say why. I have my own views, actually, about why I think people have thought this about me. And to be perfectly honest with you, the only people who think this about me are either women or gay men. Those are the only two people who are even concerned about if I'm letting somebody stick their stuff in my booty. That's the only two type of people who are ever concerned about it, is a woman or a gay man. Straight men, my heterosexual male friends, have never ever brought this up, or at least never said anything to me about it. I've had gay men tell me I'm gay. Not ask, tell me I'm gay. I've had it. There was one time I was walking through the building that I worked in a part that I came in through a different entrance, and there was a guy sitting at a desk. I never been through that part, so I'd never seen the desk before. Gave the nod, what up, and I kept it moving. I was with my mother. We were going to a homecoming parade, and that was that. He later approached me, and I was working at an art school, so I'm thinking like, oh, this is a fellow artist, nothing to it. And he was like, let me get your number. He's sending me messages on Facebook saying, let me get your number. And he was like, trade, no trade. I'm discreet. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming now, after hearing more gay lingo, now I'm assuming trade, no trade meant like one down low guy knows another down low guy, or like we had this communication thing going on between us because we're both on the down low. I guess that's what that meant. At the time, I didn't know what it meant, but I'm assuming he meant I'm a down low man, and I can spot that you a down low man because I can spot down low men, and I know you down low, so go on and give me your number because I'm discreet because I'm down low because I know you down low too. he got blocked. But that pissed me off so bad because I'm like, how dare you tell me that you think that that's what I do? Because it's not. I've never once had a gay thought. I've never once questioned my sexuality. I've never once wanted to experiment. You know, if that's what you do, cool for those of y'all that do that. But that ain't for me, you know? And so that's the gay men who do that. Then there's the women who, let me say preface, side note. When I was in college, I was a drum major. Kind of like a campus celebrity, that type thing. Got a lot of attention from females. Attention was cool, I had no issue with it. But I've also been raised in the church, and like I told y'all in another video, I didn't have sex outside of a relationship. So if we weren't in a relationship, I wasn't gonna have sex with you. So take my Christian morals along with the fact that I have a lot of females giving me attention. On top of that, I had girls throwing it at me hard when I was in college. Like girls really trying to get me to hop in bed with them. Girls literally laying out platters waiting for me to sit down at the table and eat. And I would turn them down every single time because I wasn't in a relationship with them and I wasn't looking for that kind of situation or anything like that. And no lie, every time I turned a girl down, she would then turn around and say that I was gay just because I didn't sleep with her. The possibility of the fact that you ugly as hell couldn't have been the reason that I didn't want to sleep with you. Or the possibility that I just have some morals and some values about myself and I'm not like every other dude out here who's gonna sleep with you just because you opened up your legs. How does that somehow make me gay? Because I don't want to sleep with you? Like you think you look that good or that your stuff is that good or that just because you have a coochie, every guy's supposed to want to get into it. That's not the case. That's far from the case. I'm not gonna even go there. I'm not, but this is really pissed me off all over again because this person said this and brought it up as if I'm about to marry my fiance, start a life, have kids, and then I'm gonna come out the closet because so many people think that I'm gay. And I've heard that people thought that I was gay because they never saw me with a female. I'm gonna assume that anybody who thought I was gay was just ignorant. And like the book, The Four Agreements said by Don Ruiz, you can't take things personal. But I did, and I still do kind of. It says you can't take things personal because the way somebody feels about you has actually nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with them and how they see the world. And I have to remind myself that every time one of these situations come up, I can't help the fact that you're stupid. Because if you weren't so stupid, and if you weren't so dumb, and if you weren't so naive and ignorant, you wouldn't think so close-minded to think that just because I'm not like the regular guy, that I'm not like the average guy, that automatically means that I'm gay. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. I wish camera battery died, so I had to go find the charger. But like I was saying, it's deep. It's deep, and it ticks me off because sometimes I feel the need to have to defend myself. But then at the same token, I have to remind myself that people are going to think things about you for your whole life, and people are going to spread rumors and say things that are not true for your whole life. And this is just my thing. This is just the BS that I have to deal with. You know, we all kind of have, I think, our own set of rumors and hate that we kind of have to deal with. And I guess this is just, for me, this is what I've ever had. This is the thing I've always had to defend. This and being a hoe. Those are the two things, which is kind of crazy because like polar opposites. Those are the two things that I've always had to defend myself on. Is that I'm not gay and I'm not a hoe. When I was in college, oh, you couldn't tell somebody that I wasn't a hoe. You couldn't tell somebody. And now that I think about it, it's crazy because so many people would be like, he's a hoe. He has a lot of girls. He has a lot of girls. But then on the other end, people are saying, I never see him with any girls, so he's got to be gay. So it's crazy because I had to defend the fact that I'm not sleeping around with a bunch of people. Then I had to defend the fact that I'm not sleeping around with men. You know, it's cool. I'm not really stressed about it, but I just want to say, I guess the lesson in all of this, because there's a lesson in everything. The lesson is, one, if a guy turns you down, it ain't necessarily because he's gay. You just might be ugly. That's number one. Number two, Stay out of other people's business. Number 3, don't worry about who everybody's sleeping with. If they ain't sleeping with you, it should be none of your concern. And number 4, people are really gonna for real talk about you until the day you die and have something to say about you and the things that you choose to do and spread rumors about you just because they just don't like you. And it's really nothing you can do about it. It's really nothing you can do about it but try to make the best of the situation, deal with it, and move forward. I'm not on here to convince myself that I'm not on here to convince y'all. This is really just a rant and a way for me to get this off my chest and to just share the lesson that's in it. Now, because homosexuality and all that is it's a touchy subject, I will not tolerate anything negative or derogatory in the comment section. People usually don't comment on my videos for the most part, but if this is one of those rare cases where people do decide to come into my comments and debate, I'm all for a healthy debate as long as it's respectful. But if anything is said about me that is like, you gay boy, stop playing, oh, you're getting banned from the channel. Like, I'm not even about to go back and forth with anybody. I'm banning people left and right. I done banned a good 3 people from my Beyonce and Legacy video. I will ban you from the channel. But yeah, y'all, let some people tell it I'm gay. Y'all take it easy. Peace.